Oh, yeah. Let's go. Turbo. We are back. Guys, it is Monday. GM. Welcome to Web3 Breakfast, guys. I hope you had yourself a great weekend. I know I did, but they are never quite long enough. Yesterday was particularly awesome. And then I tell you what, I don't know about you guys, wherever you're living, but this morning it was crispy cool here in North Georgia. We had all the windows open in the house last night, so we slept like babies. Our daughter slept through the entire night in her room, in her bed, which is freaking massive. And then we got up and had a crispy cool walk this morning as a family, which was, I tell you what a way to start a day. So I know it's Monday. Definitely got a case of the Mondays, but a positive case of the Mondays. Turbo, good morning. How are you, sir?
What is up, G? What's going on, family? What's up to the Web3 Breakfast, man? Oh, the weekend is over.
The weekend is over.
Look, bro, I don't even know anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think my whole life is a weekend. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, it's either Sunday night every day or it's Friday night every day. And I don't know if that's a part of the bear or the bull, but we're going to get through it, man. You know, it's happy to be here. You know, constantly had a great time with the Breathe convention. You know, had a time to process and really kind of think back over everything we went through. You know, actually, looks like I might be heading back to Vegas, Jay, to go with a kid called Love with the wow. They're doing their the NFT Las Vegas.
NFT LV.
So yeah, you know, NFT LV. I told him, I said, my dog said, he's like, look, man, I'll get a hotel room. I said, well, shit, then. All right, then, my dog. You know what I mean? What up, AI?
Nice. Hey, I love. How are you, man? How was your weekend?
Man, moving, grooving, you know, there ain't no time, ain't no weekend for me, really, you know, because it's time to get serious. It's an opportunity, it's a build market, right? Mm-hmm. So it's an opportunity for us who may have always been the good actors in the space, right? Let our voices be heard just a little bit more, right? And now it's starting to resonate with a lot more people because they've had the chance to experience a lot of what we warned them about. So now is the time where they call it the beer. We call it the build because we are building and fostering relationships. That means I'm working twice as hard as I was during the bull cycle, right? Mm-hmm. Because now it's more, okay, I can see more of the grass and the snakes are gone, right? You got to cut the grass to see. So now I can see, okay, this person is really here for the vibes and this person is really here for the tribes and this person is really here for the ride, right? And it's important to know the difference.
I like that. So what are the dates of that conference again? Do you know? Anybody?
Yes, it's the 29th through the 1st.
Oh,
the 29th through the 1st. If you could make it, it would be greatly appreciated. I mean, look, here's the thing about having a team, right? Mm-hmm. Your presence is always with us. So some things, like I tell people, it's last minute. If you can make it great. Don't, you know, if it's Sundays where it's too stressful, don't even worry about it. You know, the team is there. We're going to hold the fort down. We're going to continue spreading a good message. That's the beauty of having so many people on the same mission.
I like that, man. Now listen here, if we can get a few things right, what I'm working on right now is being one of the media partners for Cypherpunk 2023 down in Fort Lauderdale, the 27th through the 28th. So if we can do something like run down to Fort Lauderdale for the 27th, 28th, and then head out to Vegas for NFT LV, live the road dog life. I think that's something we should try to plan for, is to double up back to back.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, because bro, I got that Frontier pass, man, like the Go Wild pass or whatever with Frontier. It was $300, and it's like for 6 months. And then like any flights that I want to take, man, is like $20.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you know, like that's, bro, you know, like any way to, like, these are the things that we need to be at, you know, like I feel like being there is extremely important, you know, if we can pull it like AI was saying. And so, you know, like I'm just, man, any chance I can to be there, shake hands, you know, whatever it takes, man, you know what I'm saying? And shit, the whole time I'm there, man, we represent the whole Web3 breakfast, every single person that's here. You know, if you wasn't there, you was there with us in spirit for sure.
I love that. Well, I mean, because, oh, hey. My daughter just busted open my office door and I think knocked her head. Hey, are you all right?
Poor baby.
Yeah. Turbo, if you could take over for a second, please. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
We got you, man.
Yo, what did
What it do, man? Great day to you, Walt. I see you down there. Honest, I see you at the stage 7-4K. Y'all know what time it is, man. If you ain't done it already, hit that retweet button. We're the true community of supporters. I just wanted to say GM to everybody and hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, man. And what's up to Honest, man? What's up, Honest, bro? How you living, fam?
Bro, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I have, bro, a nice workout this morning, bro. I'm talking about I had one of them 7 o'clock workouts. You know what I'm talking about? One of them where you can still smell the grass is green, the water just hit it. You know what I'm saying? I had one of them workouts today, man. I fucking feel on top of the world. Bro, what's going on, boy? Yeah, I was out there. Man, I got to chill with my boy Turbo, man. What a motherfucking feeling, man. Hanging with the homies, man. It's a blessing to be in here, one of the motherfucking top spaces that I love to talk my shit in, man. What's going on? Jay Chase and Turbo, man. It's a fucking lovely day, man. Pulling into a gated community that I'm really not supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came from shit, man. I came from walls and mold. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm in a gated community, man, and these people look at me crazy every time I pull up to the gate. But guess what? We blessed because Web3 saved probably all of our lives in the future, man. What's up?
I am so happy to hear you, Honest, man. GM fam. That is some passion right there. And I'll tell you what, if you've not met Honest, you need to get your ass to a convention that's he is at, and you need to tap in with him because he is honest, not only by name, but by nature. He is real. I love you, man. I'm glad that you pulled up.
Honest by nature. I love that. Honest by nature.
I'll tell you what, man. He's gonna tell you what's up. He's gonna be real with you.
Yeah, that's how I was introducing him to people that didn't know. I was like, just so you know, this is Honest. He's like one of the only real motherfuckers in this space. He is a real one. So if you are one of those people that like to, you know, run your gums, just don't pick Honest. You know what I'm saying? Or Six. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't pick them. You know what I mean? Like I mean, there's other people I would name too. You know, I would like to think that I'd be on that list. But I might not be, you know. You might be like, oh, he's a nice guy, you know, like he's nice. Okay, yeah, probably. Hey, Turbo, you know, I might try to talk it up. They're not.
They're like tier 1. We're tier like 1.5. We're not quite tier 2. We're tier 1.5. We're there, but not there.
Yeah. But Turbo did pull up to the convention looking like he got out a fresh workout session. That boy was cockswole at the session, man. I seen him. Everybody else was like, "Man, you work." I was like, "Yeah, Turbo, they see you, boy."
I appreciate it, man. It's these halfway workouts, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's these 1-minute workouts I've been doing every day. Makes a huge difference, bro. When they put out that study, I thought it was a joke. Like I had to go and like research this myself. Micro workouts, man. Like they're literally like, yo, you just get up and literally just do like 1 rep. That's it. Your muscles will grow. I'm like, all right, hell yeah, we've been doing this wrong the whole time. But yo, honest, I'm definitely glad to hear about your workout, man. You know, I love that, like those early mornings, the dews on the ground, you know, whether you're taking a crisp walk with the family or you're throwing 150 pounds over your head and slamming barbells, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, man, just get out and do something, man. It's just about taking in the environment, moving your body, and just remembering that, you know, we're human and that we're incredible creatures and we can do amazing things.
I like that.
And then there was Ardo.
What is up,
Good
Ardo?
freaking morning.
What up, Commander?
Hey, happy freaking Monday.
Hey, man, it's a great hop breakfast show in all the land. We got the most honest guy and the greatest host in the land, J Chains, Turbo, and Seven. Looks like we have a special guest. I don't know if she can speak, but I hope she can. The queen of mean, the baddest and best spokesperson for any brand, Ashes. So we can get her up here. Please get Ashes up on the stage. She has been an excellent representative for Web3 gaming since she has come to this space. We also have one of the Final Frontier executives in the building, Karush. Thank you for being here. He is also the lead for Front Magazine and Meta Power. So thank you for gracing us with your presence. Man, J Chains, we have so much exciting news. We know we're around the corner from the Gaming Summit and the Global Forum. Man, it's going to be quite a spectacular.
I'm all for that, man. It is going to be an amazing experience. It's going to be a highlight, definitely a pinnacle. I think of my career to this point. I kind of, at least that's the expectation that I'm putting in for myself, right? As far as, what we say when we go to these style events, and this isn't your typical crypto conference, right? This is going to be a business trip. And, my goal is to come back with some heavy duty relationships, but the whole idea of talking about gaming and why, it's important not only for our ecosystem, but for, us personally, is that, we are going to go represent ourselves as Web3 Breakfast on a very important stage. And, the more that we can be informed about things that are happening in the gaming ecosystem, for Web3 and how it pertain to, bringing, whether it's a larger audience in or, update or whatever, whatever it happens to be, I just want to make sure that we are we know everything, nose to the grindstone, knowing everything that's going on in the Web3 gaming ecosystem so that, we can have, some of the best conversations with some of the biggest minds and corporations in, in the Web2 world. And that's what it's going to take to get integration is bringing in companies that, their marketing budgets are bigger than, most companies will see in a lifetime. And, those are quarterly budgets.
Well, and too, like one of the things that that we see that's really kind of like it kind of got a little bit of steam and then it kind of stepped back was just a lot of like cross marketing, right? Where we saw like major brands get involved in games. We saw Mountain Dew, get involved with Call of Duty. We saw, like in Modern Warfare and some of these other games and stuff. And I think that I think the Web3 and with the Web3 technology and the blockchain is really gonna foster more and more of that, where we're gonna see the characters inside of games interacting with more in real life products, just because of like where we're moving with the technology. I think that that's something that we're gonna see, and I think that this conference is kind of tips its hat to just that, right? These big brands that are coming out and listen to people talk about gaming or the Web3 technology or NFTs, all these things, man. Like gaming is definitely the one catalyst to the Web3 that I think touches every demographic. I mean, like I said, even my grandma, I had to take her credit card off of her Candy Crush. She was just like out of control. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I can't beat it. It's level 983. It's super hard. Like, I just can't. I need to buy these.
Buy through it, Granny.
Yeah, like we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're done. But now, and speaking of Candy Crush actually has an NFT project coming.
Are you serious?
If it hasn't already. Yeah. So they did announce that. As well as, I don't know if you play Slotomania. If you play any of the slots games on the mobile gaming, I was big into it, bro. Oh my God. But they actually have an NFT project that's actually out. I tried to purchase, but I couldn't really understand like how to even get to it. But we are seeing more and more every day, more and more people, more and more games, more and more companies, products, all this stuff coming to this digital arena. So, this is the time for it.
Well, it's more than that. They're actually gonna branch into Web3 for that game and a lot of subdivisions of Candy Crush. I think the big difference maker here is, we have a lot of these online gaming events or even gaming conferences. It's typically built around someone getting to come up, the whole who we are, what we do, talk about their gaming project, Now, you will see that at the gaming summit, but the difference maker is you're going to get to see what involvement these huge corporations and institutions are injecting into Web3 gaming, Web2 gaming, but also have the opportunity to expose yourself to their portfolios, right? The whole backstage conversation of, hey, you just gave an amazing presentation, or hey, I like the setup you had during the summit. Let's have a serious discussion about how we can support what you're doing and add you to our portfolio in a way that Web3 space currently can't do for you.
I like that. Walt Diz, what you got for us, man? GM.
It's so good to see you guys. So when we were at NFT NYC, I don't know if you guys remember going to the Samurai Saga event, but did you guys ever end up actually playing the demo for that game or no?
I don't think so.
I did not.
That is probably one of the most impressive projects to come out of Web3. And I don't know if you ended up meeting the founder, but he is such a hardcore businessman. But I think he's gonna set the bar very high for gaming, because he's going to turn it into a dang empire with utilizing Web 2 and Web 3. You have to market it. You can't just have like a game. Like he understands the value of having clothing brands and food brands and partnerships with like, you know, boxers like Amanda Serrano and stuff like that. Like those kind of things. And I think he also, he bought the Ice Cube basketball team, Power. He bought one of those. Like you have to have a lot of different avenues of like revenue coming in. You can't just focus on one thing, because what happens in a lot of cases, like let's say there is a token associated to it. The people that have been waiting the longest are just going to drain that sucker the second there's liquidity in it. But if you have like a revolving door of liquid coming in and out, whether it's food, drink, music, you know, them doing that partnership with Wu-Tang Clan, I mean, that'll be worth some money when you got like Wu-Tang Clan doing a soundtrack for your game. People are going to put some eyes on that bad boy, you know? But I cannot wait till that actually comes out. I think that's going to set the bar very high for Web3 gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm finally seeing some other projects coming out that really look good. But what are you guys going out there for specifically?
Mainly just because we're handsome.
It's a multi-dimensional effect, right? Everyone knows Final Frontier is a professional gaming guild in both Web3 and Web2, as well as being a founder of the UMO. We're going from a perspective of not only showing off the organization, but the relationships connected to the gaming world, giving opportunities to gaming projects to be able to attend an event as such, our technical expertise within the business, crypto, and gaming world, and to be able to have some corporate conversations between myself, Jay Chains, Turbo, Honest, if he is still coming, and some of the leading executives in the world. If you've actually had the chance to look into this event, when I say leading executives, I'm not talking about, you know, small brands by any of the sort. I'm talking about the brands with tens to hundreds, even in the trillions, so billions to trillions of dollars behind them. And it's almost oxymoronic when we hear people say, oh, I don't want people invading our space, but then at the same time want to speak about mass adoption. Well, if you put two and two together, how do you have mass adoption? Or as Walt was saying, how do you create that revolving door of income, but also revenue, and also having popularity behind what you're doing? You have to bring in the big dogs who have been there, done that. They're going to groom you And so one of the conversations, and I'm releasing this info for the first time publicly, one of the former Disney executives had a conversation with me at one of the former summits. And that conversation was, hey, we're going to start working with you because we want Final Frontier to be a gaming empire. If that's not powerful, right? If you aren't trying to go to events like this, you aren't trying to have your project survive in such a young ecosystem.
I absolutely agree with you there, and that made me think, and not to like make a joke about this, but we do need something when there's an alpha drop 7. I think we need like an alpha drop like music that like, because I was thinking like that'd have been great to make something very suspenseful right there, like when Ardo said that this was like the first time this information was coming out. Like if I could just like one press like some dramatic, you know. Nah.
Maybe.
If anybody in the room that knows I love Alpha, it's Ashes down there.
Yeah.
And again, well, you mentioned being multidimensional, right? Gaming projects in Web3 have to learn to be multidimensional. Do not shut yourself down from Web2 gamers, because these are the gamers you need to bring into the ecosystem. You're talking 1.8 million gamers versus an ecosystem with 3.7 billion gamers. How do you grow that portfolio? How do you follow through on your roadmap? How do you grow a community? You have to expand in order to do that. That's the conversation I had with my team as well as the UMO when Star Atlas first became a thing. Is, hey guys, I am hardcore down for the ride with Star Atlas, but we have to be bigger than Star Atlas. And that's because you can't survive off of one project. You have to be multidimensional. And so the grooming is where it's at. I know, Honest, we've had this conversation already. Talk about someone that can give you advice on how your project can get exposure, but also how you can get the right people behind what you're doing, and the purpose in what you're doing. The whole money thing doesn't work anymore, right? People are looking into your purpose. They're looking into your team. And let me tell you, anyone that makes that list and is going to speak at this event, those executives are going to know everything about you before you hit that stage.
Dang right.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, I mean, because they got to do their due diligence. I mean, that's like, they're not, emotional, traders that are trying to make moonbags. I mean, these guys are running, very large, successful organizations, corporations that are like, household names. Like, you can't fumble it. So they've got to do due diligence.
Bro, Fabiola showed up in a helicopter last year. Just put it that way.
She's the one that works at Pepsi, right?
Yeah, she's the CMO for Pepsi. She's the former director for Beats division. And then before that, she was the top director for marketing for Nike. So talk about someone with experience when we think of how to market, how to strategize, how to brand. You're not going to have bigger names that can show you how to do it.
But that's what I mean. So when we talk about Web3 gaming, and you talk about, all right, so your traditional gaming world is 3.7 billion gamers over, the 1.7 million whatever Web3 gamers. How do you bring them in? Like, it's gonna take, these massive corporations, right? That's the only way for the massive public to take notice of what we're doing here in this ecosystem and give it a try, right?
Yes, they had that, what we call the shock effect or the overnight effect, right? Let's say Walt's building a project, and he seems like a very intuitive guy. He's building a project. He has a great purpose behind it. He's got his whole schematic laid out. He gives a good visual presentation, right? When you're coming to events like this, your visuals are what they see first, right? It's like going on a date. Well, you don't know anything about this person. So the first perception is your visual perception. Now, I now sit down and talk with him. Okay, hey, tell me more. I saw your presentation. You did good on stage. I like what I heard. Let's go into VIP and talk, right? Let's talk business. And so then I tell him, hey, we're going to get behind you, and we'll have you in our next campaign, or we'll design a campaign together. And I have an audience of 500 million people, right? I can turn his project into an overnight sensation, even though he hadn't even really hit the phase of fundraising yet.
Interesting. Really quick, sorry, we're in the back channel. I'm just talking with Turbo because we're trying to figure out his Twitter is going nuts, so he'll be back with us in a second. Thanks, Ardo. I know I actually had to stop paying attention to figure out what were all these because my phone was blowing up. So Turbo.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine, let's say Pepsi backs Web3 breakfast, overnight sensation, right? Overnight sensation. Netflix decides to back Honest and do some sort of one-time stream of following him around, showing how he's trying to change the lives of youngsters, right? And bring in financial literacy, but also how he talks to the youngsters about gaming. Like, hey, when we were kids, it was just gaming. Now it's something that can not only be a lifestyle, but change your life, right? And become your job from home. Next thing you know, he's an overnight sensation because he just got backed by Netflix. And not because Netflix was hunting him down, but because the right person was where he was and liked what they heard and decided to have a business conversation. And that's what's going to happen at the Global Forum and Gaming Summit.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a breakout moment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like something of this magnitude, I mean, is definitely going to be huge. I mean, I'm looking forward to, just the opportunity just to, get to shake hands with these people, you know what I'm saying? And just really to show that we're all the same, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you got like a fancy suit and a helicopter ride, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you better than anybody. You know what I mean? I think that with adoption, like, and just everything that has the opportunity to be able to provide, I mean, it's definitely there. Yo, Seven, what's up, family?
I just wanted to touch on this whole just being there kind of situation. I don't know if anybody really knows this because it doesn't make any sense for this to even be in anybody's head, but because I'm filled with useless information, you know how many models were found in fast food restaurants? So many, dude. Just eating fucking McDonald's, sitting there, just doing their thing, and then somebody walks up and is like, "Did you sign this and just take pictures forever?" Like it's like 10 or 12 or something crazy, and they literally were just living their lives, doing their thing, and they just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Could you imagine if you put some effort into being at the right place at the right time, knowing where people are going to be? Like, that is the fucking beauty of conventions. That is the beauty of having a community that is talking about, whatever you're talking about, whatever interests you, there are people out there that also are interested in that. And I've had multiple people, come to me from other people that I've met in this space saying, hey, that so-and-so has, told me that you do this, this, and this. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Like, let's link up and hang out. Like, that's how me and Turbo even started hanging out, like, almost 10 months ago. Cause we've known each other less than a year, and we literally talk to each other every single day. So you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what opportunity is there. Look under a fucking rock if you have to, because it's probably there.
Yeah, a big thing, Seven, is NIL, right? This is something that they touched at last year's. They will touch on it this year. That's something gamers should be taken seriously, right? If you are a streamer, if you are a professional gamer, if you're aspiring to be a professional gamer, and you are not thinking about your NIL, then you are wrong, right? Look at, for instance, Crypto Stash. Look at Dr. Disrespect, right? Look at these names. What are they making the true money off of? It's NIL, right? They're making the money off of their name, image, and likeness. Okay, go ahead and ask Dr. Disrespect how much it costs him to be a part of your brand or promote you or do a commercial, and it's gonna knock your socks off, right? It's the same as if you look at the DJ Mello, from where he started to where he is now. right? And having what damn near $100 million deal just to perform in Vegas alone. Okay, just to perform in Vegas alone. Look at all the things sold. There's even Halloween costumes for Mello now. Name, image, and likeness. Every time one of those costumes sells, who you think's gonna get a check? So these are the things that gamers are going to learn, but also the projects that are building games should consider of how these gamers can advertise and use their NIL to make that gaming project bigger, right? When you have these huge gamers out there, they're playing a specific game. Well, if they're playing a specific game, well, your game needs to be attractive, fun first, but purposeful, meaningful, and actually have a future, right? It needs to have that future-esque to it. And so I put this out there today. If you guys are in touch with a gaming project that is serious about moving forward, if they don't contact me or Jay Chains by tomorrow, they are not serious about moving forward. And I mean that wholeheartedly with the amount of funds I know for a fact these corporations are going to back projects with after the event concluded.
Boom. All right, let's get to some hands. Thank you, Ordo. Karush, let's go to you first, and then Jonathan. GM, fellas.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Good, man. Good. How are you?
Awesome. Otto, buddy, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you get better soon. I just wanted to emphasize like everything you guys mentioned. It's so true. I assume like the majority of people, like even the ones that entered this space like last year or 2 years ago and saw the past cycle, still don't realize the true potential of Web3 gaming. Like, I'm willing to bet on it that the mass adoption is going to happen through Web3 gaming and through entertainment, especially in the gaming areas. Because as Ardo mentioned, we already have 3 billion gamers. I'm willing to bet like every one of us in this space has at least one game on mobile devices, let alone the consoles or PC and stuff like that. So the opportunities are endless. Like for the first time, I believe in modern history, like we've been gaming, having fun, like making friends and stuff like that for the past, like, I don't know, I've been gaming like since I can remember in my memories. But the companies like Pepsi, Netflix, and like, let's say majority of Web2 corporate structure right now is trying to enter Web3 because it's the next revolution. The problem is a 14-year-old gamer knows how to build a community because he's been involved into guilds, he's been involved into the like gaming communities and stuff like that. And they're adopting this space, let's say, much quicker, much better, and more fluent compared to massive corporate companies. So for the first time, they need us. NFT is the same, Web3 gaming is the same. Like people that has been playing World of Warcraft in massive guilds, just like Ardo, they know how to navigate through this space by default. They don't have to learn anything. They've been doing it for the past 20 years, 15 years and stuff like that. So the opportunities are endless. Believe in yourself. This is the perfect timing, and we're still so early, guys.
So let me ask you a question. Not to like, I don't know, poo-poo on everyone's parade, but what if gaming is one industry where blockchain doesn't ever take off and the industry just rejects it? Then what? What do you do? What do we do?
Well, the narration that we're seeing right now, everyone knows NFT. Gamers hate NFTs. Gamers hate blockchain because of the scams and stuff that happens here. Mm-hmm. Plus, let's be honest, they have the fun, they have the assets that they want here, and they don't understand the concept of NFT. I'm not talking about like some random animal picture. I'm talking about ownership of your assets and being able to play with it. Like last night, I came online like after 3 years to play Dota 2. I'm not sure if you guys play Dota, but like it was the 10-year anniversary, and after 3 years, I installed the game, came online just to get the achievement. If you're a gamer, you understand what I'm saying. So I know if I delete that game, if I delete Steam, for example, I'm gonna lose that achievement. I'm never gonna be able to move it around and show it to, for example, you guys in here in this is, hey, I have the 10th anniversary of Dota, like for example, this skin and that skin. But NFTs gives you the ability, like what the gamers like to do. They like to get the achievement and flex it. Let's be honest. I'm a gamer. Every one of us do that. That's why we go for the skins. That's why we go for the harder achievements. And for example, all of this together led to a narration that like companies, especially in the marketing section, realized that, okay, gamers are going to hate NFTs. That's why you're seeing new projects, especially the ones with bit to background, are not using that term anymore. They're referring it like what gamers are used to, digital assets. They're calling it digital assets. So it's not about like, is it gonna happen or it's not gonna happen? It's about first regulations. Massive companies need clear regulations to get into this space. You know, for example, we have rumors about Rockstar bringing GTA into this space. We all heard that. So even if it's true or not, without clear regulations, they're not going to come in, especially in the situation that SEC is trying to hunt down NFT collections.
No, you are.
So that's first.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. I'm not. The other part is that they're just trying to change the narration of the marketing, so they need the Web2 gamers. Mm-hmm. They need that. It's not going to happen without them.
Yeah.
Here's
really quick, Ardo. Before guys, and sorry to cut you off, but you know, we are 7 minutes late. Unfortunately, we already got the whistle blown at us by Coach saying that we're slacking off here on our duties. It is Monday. We cannot miss a workout. So if it's your first time joining us for Web3 Breakfast, thank you for joining us. This is a show for the community by the community. We always pause halfway through the conversation to get a little workout in. So we're going to be playing a song. It's actually the Web3 Breakfast song. It's our old intro song, but it's got some advice to you. You know, like go ahead, retweet the space. You can come up on stage and chat with us. If you do come up on stage, you'll probably end up staying until the end of the show because that's how it works. And we do have the one rule, and it don't be a douchebag, so no racist, sexist, or homophobes. But other than that, anybody is definitely welcome to come and chat with us and be a part of the conversation today. But it's time to get a workout in. Thanks, Coach. So I'm gonna play this song. I'm gonna be curls. I'm gonna just be doing arm workouts. I'm gonna do all sorts of things. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going heavy deadlifts.
All right.
Heavy deadlifts. I got my 105 dumbbell up here. I'm gonna hit it pretty good.
All right, and then when we get back, we're gonna get to Jonathan's hand, and then back to Ardo. So here we go, baby. Let's get the workout in. Got to have healthy minds, healthy bodies, healthy portfolios. Get that blood pumping. Get that heart going. Let's go.
I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host. Good morning. What's up, Jay Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting. Yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy Web3 GM, grab a plate and a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebag. All right. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the Sorrow. 10 a.m. Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs,
let's go, get them final reps in. Come on.
Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host with the most. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Good morning.
Oh yeah, good morning. Hope you got that heart rate going. I did. I can feel it in my neck.
Yeah. I think it's heavy. It's heavy.
All right.
No.
Bring it back.
Pick it up, put it down.
Such a good song.
Pick it up, put it right back down.
We do got to work on another one. We need a build market song. I love our new song that we made, but it is just way too early. to be playing that. So we need a build market song. What's up, Honest?
That sounds like fun.
Hey, man, you know I can send you a jam, man. You know I got the motivational music. I don't know if it's a good morning song, but it's damn sure gonna motivate you to push some weight to get away from your chest, man.
Yeah, dude.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's connect because we do love motivational things. Sometimes we will, because we say healthy minds, right? Healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios. And sometimes we just take a moment and we play something that makes you reflect and think, because we got to make sure that our minds are sharp too. So. Absolutely.
And could I say one thing? I'm trying to get that what my boy Final Frontier was saying. Can we pin that up to the top or put a link up there at the top for because I'm trying to make sure that I get my tickets and everything. You know what I'm saying? He didn't motivate the shit out of me and put a key in my back. I'm ready to go right now.
Let's go.
Bro, you won't need a ticket. Just DM me. Which I had already talked to you about it months ago. So DM me, that way we can get you set up, bro.
Let's go. All right. Jonathan, GM fam, how we doing today?
What's going on, man? I know it may sound a little weird. I'm at the day job right now, about to go work on somebody's appliance, make sure it work right. But I do want to say what's up to everybody. What's going on, my brother Honest? I love your space, brother. You know I love your space. When I saw gaming up there, I was like, I gotta be here, whether I'm at work or not. I will say that the gaming definitely is connected to education now too, because my daughter's homeschooled, and her actual school is you can do coding, but you have to do gaming, like League of Legends type stuff. And she ain't really into it like that, but she is into coding. So it's like you got to do one or the other to be able to get in. And I like that. I like the fact that people are really like breaking things down and making it look more like AAA gaming. I just recently got a part of a new project called Galactiverse, but I'm not here to shill any of that. But the graphics of how hard they've worked on that game and using the Unreal Engine 5, it's on a whole nother level. But I'm pretty sure they probably gonna need funding down the road and everything else to really tap into that market that all of y'all are actually talking about. And it is true. Now, I don't hear people in gaming talk about NFTs, and they definitely do shun off of you or laugh whenever you say the word. Collectibles, I'm gonna be honest with you, it does sound better because of all the stuff we've been dealing with all this. So it's just a good vibe, man. And I like the creativity that people are using, that I'm seeing, that are creating the games using the blockchain and stuff like that. Because, a lot of people think of it being just like some kind of mobile game or like play to earn or something like that. But there are people out there really putting in real work on some really dope AAA style type games, and I'm loving to see all this.
I love that, man. Now, the question is, because clearly we know that the term NFT has to go. Like, that doesn't work. It doesn't even work for most of us. Now, you talk about collectibles. I might want to say I would lean closer to, digital assets is where we got to go, because then now you can classify some of them as appreciating or depreciating, which, as we know, sometimes the price goes up and goes down. Whereas in the collectibles market, I think collectors typically expect a very slow increase over time, right? Where, if you're collecting baseball cards or Beanie Babies or whatever, right? Like, you don't expect, price volatility into that, where, in the asset world you do. So I think maybe that's a good start for us, is just really start going heavy on, these are assets, they're digital assets, and some are appreciating and some are depreciating, and you just got to be paying attention to what you're into.
Yo, Sub.
Digital like, I think that it'll eventually get to that point. We're so early right now. Think about it. Like 50 years ago, fucking 70 years ago, almost, people started collecting spoons and shit, like, just to collect them. Like, I'm serious. Like, think about it. Like, right now we have like all the rugs that Turbo has. He has no idea in 50 years, if you still have the keys to those wallets, like somebody could be like, oh my God, does anybody have these? I'll pay X, Y, and Z for them because they're so cool. Like that is the kind of shit we're going to run into because everything is on the blockchain. It's immutable. So eventually people will, like, the collectors haven't even fucking got to the space yet. Like, a lot of people are just now figuring out that there are what is it, baseball cards and football card NFTs. Like NFL Rivals, like that game is gonna fucking like mow over everybody when it gets completed, like complete and done and like implemented into the just the football games. They're gonna, once they start putting that game in the commercials every single run, or have the little placard on the bottom to say download NFL Rivals in order to get X, Y, and Z, you're gonna have to, like, it'll set your wallet up and everything. It's eventually come down to like that kind of situation, because it's just going to be just like a QR code at a concert. You're going to hit that QR code, it's going to download you a wallet instantly, and you're going to log into it with a fucking email address, and that's all it's going to be. No one's going to even know what an NFT is. Like, it's not, you're not even going to have to say the word digital collectible or asset or anything, because it's just going to turn into the normal. Like, everything's going to get tokenized. Everything is going to be an NFT, but no one's going to even know, except for the people that fucking are paying attention right now.
There you go.
It'll eventually get to the point where people are like, oh yeah, I have this, I can sell this, but they're not going to say, oh, it's an NFT, because that word has gotten fucking dragged through the mud all over. Same thing with digital collectibles. Instagram tried it. They tried so hard to implement digital collectibles to their platform. It's too early and they know it. Same thing with Amazon. That's why they haven't launched their shit yet, because they know that they need to wait for the consumer base to be humongous before they actually dive in. And you know that they're just setting up shop right now. Everybody on the planet is. Microsoft is, Google is, Sony is, everybody on the fucking earth that even thinks about it, even knows the term NFT, probably has an advantage over people that don't. 5% of people even, 5% of people know what an NFT is past the Bored Ape, like, facade, like past their pictures of apes on the internet that people are paying millions of dollars for. That is like the block that everybody hits. So they don't go any farther. They don't dig any farther into it. So, like, I think that once people get a NFT or whatever it is, a game or whatever it is, once that is in hand, it'll be it'll be like like weeds in your yard you can't get rid of. It's just going to be popping up everywhere, and they won't be able to stop it.
No.
Like, it's going to eventually become absolutely normal that you have to you have to go to the job site, whip out your phone and say, I'm here to work with my tools, and they have NFTs stuck in them to where they actually turn on instead of them just being dead tools.
Right.
Like, all of that is coming.
We were talking about that with those smart tools at Home Depot with NFTs. Yeah, no, that's going to be crazy. Now, I do agree with you, Seven. You know, this next bull run that we see, I think overall for our entire ecosystem is going to be a net positive, right? And I say that because of the amount of people that are going to come in, and we're projecting this to be one of the largest bull runs that, you know, clearly of all time, right? So that means that there'll be more people that come into it. So at the end of the day, the more people that can have a net positive, experience of what crypto or what, you know, NFTs are to them, so that they don't get wrecked and lose money, right? The net positive experience. So the more people that come in and have that positive experience will stick around, and they'll stick around as long as, you know, as they can. Obviously, there's always, you know, taper off as the cycles go through. But, you know, if we can all, you know, all of us have, you know, the capacity to at least have one touch point with someone, right? And navigate them through this experience so that it is a positive one for them, so that they stick around. Like, don't let someone get wrecked in the bull market. Show them how to be successful, and then we might actually, you know, pick a few more people off and grow our ecosystem exponentially with people that stick around, like the ones that are still here, versus ones that you know have tapered off. Now, really quick, I want to go through, and we'll get back to some hands. I want to go through the top 10 strangest personal collections that I was able to find online. And I'll go through this rather quickly. Some we can talk about if we want, some we don't need to. Number 10 is do not disturb signs. I thought that's kind of strange. Number 9, miniature chairs. That's a strange one as well. Air sickness bags is number 8. That was someone from the Netherlands had that one. Number 7, I like this one. I could get on board with this. Hamburger related items. Henry Spiro Hamburger Harry. That was his name. Number 6 is back scratchers. Number 5 is clocks. That would be a little strange to have like hundreds of clocks hanging in on the wall in your house. Like that would be kind of creepy. Number 4, this is why I decided to do this. But pizza boxes, and this is actually this guy Scott is in the Guinness Book of World Records for his collection of over 1,500 pizza boxes. So shout out to you, Scott, one of the real ones. Number 3, celebrity hair collection. That's strange. I have heard of that one before. Traffic cones. That one surprised me to be number 2. That I don't know why you're gonna be saving over 500 cones, but this guy Morgan did that with his collection there. And then the number 1. This is another reason why we did this, because I know that this community is going to love this one, because sometimes you love your little poop talks. But fossilized dinosaur poops is the number 1 strangest of the collections, personal collections.
I have one to beat. I have one to beat that top 10.
Okay.
I had a coworker that collected nutcrackers. It was the creepiest fucking thing I have ever like I begged him to send me the picture, man, because I was baffled. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, they have life-size fucking nutcrackers at the front of their door when they walk in. They never go away. They're in the house all the time.
Oh no.
That's the dude, I would
literally
lose. It's not a Christmas thing, but dude, so the first year that I worked with him, like the Christmas stuff came out, and he literally lost his fucking mind when he found the box of nutcrackers for this display that we were going to build for the store. Dude, he literally was like in tears almost trying to open this thing to see what was inside of it. And he bought fucking 20 of them. I was like, bro. He was like, I had to have the whole set. I can't just have 5. I was like, what the fuck? So he explains to us that his mom used to fucking like buy them for him when he was a kid, and it just kind of rolled into this like obsession, I guess. Holy, like it's the entire house is filled with it. So yeah, the dinosaur poop is fine, but dude, I couldn't imagine walking into somebody's house and they're like, so how's it going? And then it's just nutcrackers from
like,
wall to wall.
If they were like nutcrackers on all over, and then clocks on the walls and the ceiling, that would be a house to get out of.
That person definitely a psychopath for sure. Like not about collecting things, but I did. Seven brought up the NFL Rivals games, and like, bro, I waited. Like, I was like going nuts about that project. There was 800 people in the queue waiting to like purchase their helmet, and when it launched, the site messed up, so everybody left. So it did not sell out, bro. Like it went so slow. I paid a lot of money for my helmet, and I just like sat there and pouted about it. You know what I'm saying? Then the game came out, and I was like, all right, this is pretty cool, But it was like you were just doing the same shit over and over again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had my 5 plays, and if this play came up, I was getting a touchdown every time, guaranteed. So then I kind of lost interest. And then, bro, next thing I know, I'm looking on TikTok, bro, and like every ad is coming up like, yo, you got to play NFL Rivals. You got to play NFL Rivals. And like, it was crazy, So it's actually like booming. And I think if we really step back and we look at the realistic timeline, right, for these things to come to fruition, right, that they're really probably one of the faster moving. I mean, they're with the NFL Players Association. They have a lot of big private investors. Because they have a big pot of money, and so we should really be kind of looking at them, to kind of as kind of a way for some of these other gaming projects, because they already had tons of money, they already had big branding with the NFL. Now, obviously, there might not be as many sports fans inside the ecosystem as to be in such a small community, but like even they struggled. You know what I'm saying? So I think they kind of gave like a realistic bar to creating one of these AAA games.
I can't think of the name of it. Can someone help me? They also had a partnership with the NFL Players Association. They were a metaverse. Their logo was like a alpaca or something like that. What metaverse was that?
Not the Llamaverse, right?
No, it was like one of those ones that was like they were kind of gonna go big and then fell off, like a Decentraland. We were talking about that in our group. What do you guys think about that? And we'll get back, Ardo. I want to get to your hand. But this thought. We're going to start doing like a question of the day, and I'll post this on Twitter. The question of the day is, what do you think about the metaverse, like Sandbox? Is that going to come back? Sand token's way down. land price way down. Is a project like the Sandbox, is something like that going to come back? They've been doing a lot of partnerships, a lot of announcements throughout this build market, but it still has done nothing for the token price. Now, does that mean anything? Are they just a victim of the broader market? And then when we see the bull, we'll see them come back. I think so. My personal opinion is yes. I think that is going to be one of those metaverse projects that will definitely withstand the build market and will come back with a vengeance in 2025.
Well, I mean, bro, like their game logic is constantly improving. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly adding. It's like if regular people would get into the Sandbox and play around, because you can actually get in there and do some building for free. You don't have to own land to build over there. To build an experience. They have test plot lands and stuff that you can build on. But I think if people really saw how easy writing game logic is, you know what I'm saying, that more and more people will start to get involved in it. I mean, because it's an if this then this situation. So if you do this, then this will happen. And even though it's a little bit tedious, it's not as difficult. And I think that the Sandbox offers opportunities for people that do have a dream to create a game, or do have a vision inside of their head, something that they like, that it gives them the tools to actually be able to do that in a way that isn't that isn't extremely difficult or will cost tons of money. So I'm a believer in the Sandbox. I love it. I think what they got going on over there is great. I wish I had more time to spend in the Sandbox. Even if you just enjoy playing the game, I mean, going over there and doing the little missions, you can win sand, you can collectibles, and things like that. If it's something that you enjoy, and it's pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're always like pretty easy fun games, kind of like the Lego games or some of these games that we see. And so if it's something you enjoy, I mean, that's a great way to get your kids involved. Your parents. If you have a loved one, I know a lot of times, like, girlfriends or wives, they enjoy playing some of those games that are more like that. And that could be a really cool way to get them involved in the Web3 and collect some of these digital assets that, you never know, right? Like, look at Atari, right? 1977, Atari comes out. It's the very first platform, you know what I'm saying? Arguably, we talk about the Pong system that came out before that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there were people that collected them, and they didn't maintain some super value, right? Sometimes you just have to collect just for the nostalgia of yourself. So, but I would put it in there, definitely the Sandbox.
Dude, I think that this is the reason why it's going down, and the reason why there's so it would make sense if there's more players and there's more people, they're investing into it more, and the price is going down, unless they're doing it on purpose to get people used to buying sand. Think about it. If sand is cheap and they're buying it constantly and getting all these assets, and they're just like, oh, the sand. When the price goes up, they're not going to give a fuck about the price, because I'm going to use this as an example. Fortnite has $20 skins, folks. and it keeps going. It keeps going more and more because they're bundling stuff together. These kids are fucking just buying it up like hotcakes. Sand is figuring it out. If they can get the price of sand at a reasonable price, and they see where people are starting to buy it at, they're going to keep it there for a little bit, and then they're going to rate. Like, it's just going to be a price increase. Like when sand hits $4 again, or like when it exceeds that, like people are going to look at it like I'm buying $3. Like, they're not going to think about it like I'm trading it my real money for a cryptocurrency. That's what they're going to do. I think it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy because that's like right now it doesn't make any sense that there's more players playing. Like because I think I don't remember what the player count is, but and they're having more money getting introduced into the economy, but there's no price going. There's no price inflection at all.
Can't disagree with that. By the way, really quick, I did see that Mike posted a comment, and you are up here too as well. Uplands. Yes. Thank you for Upland. That was it. That was the one that had the partnership with the NFLPA, and they had like an alpaca or something as their logo. Ardo.
Hey,
Sorry,
I do have to get ready to go for a business.
My bad.
I do have to get ready to go for a business call, but to answer your question from earlier, right? What have we seen big brands be able to do and is successful? They know how to force feed, right? If you look at the involvement of the gaming system, to the point where some gaming systems cost more than some people's rent, right? But guess what people still do? buy it up to the point you can't get one on a shelf. iPhone says, hey, here's the next one. People are like, oh my God, it costs more than my rent. But guess what the next iPhone will do when it comes out? You won't be able to find one on a shelf, right? So when it comes to will people like metaverse, or will it stick around? Will it be accepted? These huge organizations are masterminds at force feeding their communities something that they'll accept even when they don't like it, right? They're masterminds at it. And so when it comes to something better than sand, I will say that something is coming. That's all I can tell you, so I don't get in trouble, but something is coming. A little alpha, J Chains.
There's our alpha music here.
All
right, there's alpha music.
For everyone that's attending the forum, or you're going to attend the forum, it has just been released that the global social marketing lead for EA Sports will be at the event.
There's some alpha for you. EA Sports, you guys know, it's in the game. That's a household thing. Everybody knows that. Maybe we can teach them something about, or bring them in to invite them. Why don't you guys do that this week? Invite somebody to breakfast. Maybe we can convert some people into Web3 or crypto curious folks.
Yep, and if I'm running a gaming project, that's the person I want to speak to, so I could pick their brain about marketing my gaming project.
That's right. Jonathan, what you got for us?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love hearing that. I get the feelings together. I definitely want to be at that. But the project that I'm a part of, I'm definitely gonna bring that up because it's important, man. Especially if you want to bring the thing true of your game. So no, thank you for all the alpha and the info. I'm already following you, so yeah, we have to have some chit chats. Love your space, man. Love your space.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you tap in tomorrow at 10 a.m. We are here every Monday through Friday. This Web3 Breakfast. Turbo, thank you. Seven, thank you. Everybody on stage, thank you so much. Everybody in the crowd. Love you. Can't do the show without you. Adios.